Our founding members include the California Holistic Collective, Can Lobby, Canacare, Cascade Wellness Center, Crusaders for Patients' Rights, Doctors Orders Co-op, Galt Wellness Center, Magnolia Wellness Center, THC Incorporated, Unity Not-for-Profit Collective, and 2120 Incorporated. Because our goal is to ensure the responsible advancement of medical cannabis regulation and to make sure qualified patients have access to their medicine, we cannot support Proposition 19. Proposition 19 is a direct assault on medical marijuana patients. Right now, patients with a doctor's prescription have a right to grow for their medical use. Dispensaries provide medicine to qualified patients. Proposition 19 allows cities and counties to ban all marijuana sales if they choose. Prop 19 is deeply flawed and creates a chaotic, local, you-figure-it-out approach to marijuana regulation and control. That won't work.
Good afternoon. My name is Amir Daliri. I represent Can Lobby, and I'm also the president of the Cascade Wellness Center, a Northern California collective and dispensary. We're very concerned about the unintended consequences of Prop 19. Because the initiative is so poorly written and focuses on recreational personal use, we expect a backlash with many localities around the state, which would directly impact patient access to medical cannabis. Basically, Prop 19 would give localities the right to ban the sale of marijuana, medicinal or otherwise, but not ban its use for personal cultivation. The people who would be most affected by such bans would be the people in most need of that, and that's the patients. The sick, the elderly, who cannot grow their own and cannot travel all the way to Oakland to pick up their prescription. The only people who benefit are the recreational users who have the luxury of being healthy, can grow their own, or travel to go pick up a Friday night stash. We cannot support Prop 19, and we call on medical cannabis activists across the state to join us by visiting our website, www.keepcannabismedical.org. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lanette Davies, and I represent Crusaders for Patients' Rights. And I also happen to own a collective here in Sacramento called Canacare. I'm against Proposition 19 because I really honestly feel that the patients have been sold a bill of goods that will take away access that they have to medication. The proponents say that this Proposition 19 will have absolutely no effect on the patients. Stating that does not make it true. And regardless of how many times you say it over and over and over again, if you read the proposition, it will affect patients and it will endanger them. The fact is that we have a negative impact on this bill, or this proposition will have a negative impact on patients unless they're privileged to live in a jurisdiction that warmly embraces marijuana. Do you really want to have a system that separates access to medicine for patients based on their geography? I say no on Proposition 19. 19 will, in fact, not be a benefit for the patient community. We do believe that cannabis is a medication, a very important medication, and we want to be able to separate the difference between recreational use and medicine. Nobody really wants to see an abuse, but we do want to see that our patients have safe access anywhere across the state of California to a medication that they deservedly need. Thank you. Ryan?
My name is Ryan Landers, and I helped create and pass Proposition 215 and have fought for patients' rights in a very conservative community here in Sacramento for a number of years, for a decade and a half. And I have reworded a number of laws that have gone through this building in protection of patients' rights. Words matter. Do I believe marijuana is safe? Absolutely. Do I believe it's criminalized inappropriately? Absolutely. Do I think this will legalize marijuana? Absolutely not. If you want legalization, read the law. The word isn't in the bill. If you want decriminalization, read the law. It's not in the bill. It's more penalties, more prices, and we need only look to a close city of Rancho Cordova, 7 miles from the capital, to see what they want to do to patients. Medical marijuana and decriminalization are two separate issues. and they need to be kept separate. And until there's a clear line drawn that this will not harm the patients and apply to the patients as far as these taxes and these regulations go, I need far more than an ounce. I need far more than 5 square feet. And I have that right, and until that right will not be taken away, I must stand in protection of patients and the citizens of California. If you want a real decriminalization bill, let's have one. That's a whole different issue. It's not in this ordinance, and so don't be duped into thinking so. And if you think it won't harm patients, read the bill. Look at history. I have been in the forefront of the fight on these words. Words matter. A simple and or has made one heck of a difference in the ID card bill. I asked several of these proponents to help me to get CLETS removed from the Senate bill, but they wouldn't do it. They wanted everybody reported to CLETS, and I had to achieve that on my own. Words matter, and there has to be a clear line drawn. If you want decriminalization, then write a bill for decriminalization and don't involve the patients, because they'll be protected under a flat decriminalization anyway. So stand up for patients, stand up for the citizens of California, and let's do what's right, and vote no on 19.
Hello, my name is Bishop Ron Allen. I am the CEO and President of the International Faith-Based Coalition. Proposition 19 is so badly written and flawed that we see the medical marijuana organizations coming out saying no to Proposition 19. What we're really looking for is better regulation in regards to medical marijuana. We believe that because of the poor regulation, we are seeing the increase of marijuana go up among our youth. With proper regulation and proper guidance, we totally believe that medical marijuana would have its proper use in its proper place, especially for those that are dying and those that need it greatly. And so we say no to Proposition 19. Thank you.